Okay, good morning class. So before we will start our lesson, let's have a prayer first. So may I ask Alejandra to lead the prayer. So let me check your attendance first. Alejandra Zamonda. Thank you. You have a complete attendance for today. Very good. So good morning once again class. So today we will have an activity first before we will proceed to our lesson. So the activity is called Lyric Challenge. So what you just need to do is to listen carefully to the music because I will only play it once, and also please pay attention to the lyrics. And second, as the game will start, I will only play the music, and when I pause it, I will point a group to sing the right lyrics. So if the group cannot sing the right lyrics, then they will be out. So any of the group that can completely sing the right lyrics will be declared as a winner. So this class will be divided into 4 groups. Make sure that each member of the group will listen carefully to the song. Don't worry because the lyrics are just easy to memorize because it is almost repeated in every stanza. Am I understood, class? So you may now go to your group. Let's start! So the winner for today is Group 3. A round of applause for yourselves. Class, did you enjoy? Okay, thank you so much for your participation. Now, who can still remember our lesson last meeting? Yes, George? That's right. So class, what do you mean by the cases of pronouns? Mila? Very good. It's good that you can still remember our last lesson. So class, was there a time where you really feel insecure to anyone? Yes, Ria, you're raising your hand. Okay, so what makes you feel insecure to that somebody? Oh, that person must be really beautiful, I guess. But don't worry, Ria, for you are beautiful too. Each one of us is unique. What about the others? Yes, Mike. Yeah, it could be that he's a descendant of Einstein. Well, that must be funny. You know what, Mike? There is what we call multiple intelligence, and that could be the reason you are intelligent in different manner, right? Okay. So, from your insecurities, let's move on to your assets. Do you have any of that? Yes, Ella? Then, that must be a perfect asset of you. Thank you, Ella. How about you, Nicole? Oh, claim it, Nicole. So, class, I just want you to know that we are created perfectly. God's creation is perfect, and we have to believe in that. Just don't mind this judgment. Just don't mind those judgmental people in the societies. Okay? So class, let us try to sing the song entitled Perfect by One Direction. So I know you can all relate to this music because it's so meaningful, especially to us women. So let me have first a brief background about the singer of the Perfect. So they are the One Direction, and they are a boy band group composed of 4 members when Zayn Malik have left the band for good. So the members are Harry Styles, Niall Horan, Thomas Louis Tomlinson, and Liam Payne. So the group signed Simon Cowell's record label Psycho Records after forming and finishing 3rd in the 7th series of the British televised singing competitions, The X Factor, on 2010. I know you are all familiar with them because most of us go crazy when we heard the boy band group One Direction. So, class, let me ask you this first. What are the things that you need to do during discussion? Alright, so are we clear on that? Good, thank you. So class, let us know first the definition of these unfamiliar words that you might encounter while singing. So all you just need to do is to match the words under the column A with the definition in the column B. So we all have here the word night, armor, midnight, rendezvous, and curious. So you just have to find the meaning in the letter Very good. So we will now sing The Perfect by One Direction. So let us chill our mind and just feel the vibes of this song. Okay, here we go. So guys, thank you for your participation. I know you are chilling with the song. So who are the artists of the song? Yes, so can you tell me about the boy band 1D? Very good, Lilia. Now, how will you describe the song in your own words? Yeah, that's good. And if you will be given a chance to ask the artist, what questions or question will it be? Yeah, let us wish for that. So, class, do you think that the band should really dedicate the song to a certain woman they love or to their fans? Yeah, it could be, no? How about the others? Well, every fan would really want to celebrate if they will be able to hear that. So, class, about understanding the lyrics, how would you decide a setting for the video shooting? Oh, you're really thoughtful. How about the others? Well, that's a very romantic idea. No? Class, I want you to share how you feel upon hearing the song. No? How effective is the artist in conveying the people's heart and mind in their new album? Wow, great idea! No doubt the song is really perfect. I love it, right? So now, class, brace yourself for we will be focusing to our main lesson, and I have extracted 5 sentences from the song, and let us try to understand what are they. So first, we have the sentence, I might never be your knight in shining armor. Okay, again, I might never be your knight in shining armor. That's the first sentence. And the sentence, who might never be a knight in shining armor? Correct. Then what does the persona might never be? Okay, very good. So what word in the sentence emphasizes the probability that the subject I will be or will never be a knight in shining armor? Yes, it's might. Why do you say so? Very good. How about this second sentence? I could tell that you were curious. Again, I could tell that you were curious. Now end the sentence. Who could tell that you were curious? Yes, exactly, that is I. So, what does the persona could tell? Exactly, like in the first sentence that I have presented you earlier. What word in the second sentence shows probability that proves the persona in telling that he is really curious? Yes, that's right. Now, when did the action happen? Why do you say so? Very good. Now, kindly read the next sentence, or I will just be the one to read the sentence, okay? I can be the one you love from time to time. I can be the one that you love from time to time. Now, in the sentence, who is the one that you can love from time to time? Exactly. So, what does the subject I can be the one? What does the subject I can be the one? Okay. Now, what word in the sentence that shows that the persona is suggesting a possibility that he or she can love from time to time? Yes, it is can, the word can. Now, why do you say so? Okay, very good. Now, let's move on to the fourth sentence. I might never be the one you take home to mother. Everybody read. I might never be the one you take home to mother. Now, end the sentence. Who might never be the one you take home to mother? Yes, correct. So, what does the subject I in the sentence might never be? Exactly. Now, what word in the sentence once emphasizes the probability that the subject I might never be the one you take home to mother. Yes, exactly, that's the word might. Why do you say so? Exactly, very good. Now let's move on to our fifth sentence. Now, let us read. Everybody read. I might never be the hands you put your heart in. Everybody, I might never be the hands you put your heart in. So in the sentence, who might never be the hands you put your heart in? Exactly, that's the word I. So what does the persona might never be? Okay, so that's the word the sentence shows probability that proves the persona as if he will or will never be the hands to put in the heart, referring to the word you in the sentence. Exactly, might. So why do you say so? Very good. So class, our lesson for today has something to do with the words that gives probability, and these words are what we call modal verbs. So what is modal verb? So kindly read the sentence. Okay, so I have here different sentences. Who would want to read? Okay, you can read now the sentence. So the sentence are, first, I can drive. The second, can I use your phone please? Third, you can use my phone. And fourth, students can pre-enroll the subjects. So these are the sentences. Now in the sentence above, what modal verbs are being used? Exactly. So in the first sentence, who can drive? Yes. So what does the subject I is able to do? Now what do you think is the function of the word can in the sentence? Right, it expresses the ability. Why do you say so? Yes, exactly. Very good. How about the second sentence? Who asked to use the phone? Yes, it's the word I. Now what did the subject I is asking for? Exactly. Now what do you think is the function of the modal verb in the sentence? Yes. Now why do you say so? Very good. Now how about the third sentence? Who can use my phone? Yes, that's the word you. Now what do the persona permits to use? So what do you think is the function of can in the third sentence? Yeah, it's right. It's giving permission. Now why do you say so? Okay, very good. Now in the fourth sentence, who can pre-enroll the subjects? That's right, that's the students. Now what do the students can pre-enroll? Correct, the subjects. So what do you think is the function of the word can in the fourth sentence? Exactly, it gives an option. Now why do you say so? Exactly, very good. How about this another set of sentences? Who can read? Thank you. Now, in the sentence that you have read earlier, what modal verb is being used? Yeah, that's the word could. So now in the first sentence, who could cook the fish fillet? Now what does the subject I could cook? Exactly. So what do you think is the function of the word could in the sentence? Anyone from the class? Yeah, it's the function of the word could in the sentence is the ability. So when did the action happen? Yes, that's the action happened in the past. Why do you say so? Very good. Now in the second sentence, who is asking to use your phone? the word I. Now what does the persona is asking for? Exactly, that is to use the hope. The praise to use the hope. Now what do you think is the function of could in the sentence? Exactly. Now why do you say so? Indeed. Now in the third sentence, who could go to the new restaurants? Yeah, exactly, that's the word we. Now where does the persona would go to? Exactly, the new restaurants. Now what do you think is the function of could in the third sentence? Exactly, it conveys suggestions. Now why do you say so? Yeah, that's right. Very good. Now in the fourth sentence, what could happen today? Yes, it could rain today. Exactly. So what do you think is the function of could in the sentence? Yeah, it's possibility. Now why do you say so? Very good. Now how about this another set of sentences? Everybody read. Thank you. So in the sentences, what modal verb is being used? Yeah, it's surely the modal verb shall. Now in the first sentence, who shall pay $500? Exactly, that is the defendant. Then the defendant shall what? Exactly, to pay a fine of $500. Now what do you think is the function of the modal verb in the sentence? Exactly, that's a legal obligation. So the modal verb shall function as the legal obligation in the sentence. So why do you say so? What makes you think that the word shall function or the modal verb or the modal verb function as the legal obligation? Exactly. Now in the second sentence, who shall begin? We. Now we shall what? Begin. Now what do you think is the function of the modal verb in the sentence? Suggestion. Yeah, the modal verb function as the suggestion. Now why do you say so? Precisely. Now let's move on to the third sentence. Who shall not kill? What do thou shall not? So what do you think is the function of the modal verb in the sentence? Future action. Very good. Now why do you say so? Exactly. Now let's move on to another set of sentences. Everybody read. Thank you. Now what is the modal verb being used in the sentences? Exactly, that's the modal verb should. Now in the first sentence, who should try the new restaurant downtown? Exactly, that's the subject. You. Now what do you think is the function of the modal verb in the sentence? Yes, that's the function of the modal verb in the sentence is advisability. Now why do you say so? Indeed. Now in the second sentence, who should renew the driver's license? What should I renew? Exactly, that's the driver's license. Now what do you think is the function of the modal verb in the sentence? Obligation. You were right. Now why do you say so that the modal verb function as the obligation? Very good. Now let's move on to third sentence. Who should receive my letter in 2 days? Correct, that's the subject you. Now what does the persona should receive? The letter in 2 days. Thank you. Very good. Now what do you think is the function of the modal verb in the sentence? Expectation. Very good. Now why do you say so? Exactly. How about this last set of sentences? Everybody brace yourself. We will now be in our last set of sentences. Everybody read. What modal verb is being used in the sentences? Exactly, that is the modal verb must. Now in the first sentence, who must call my parent tonight? And that's the subject I. Now whom should I call? My parent. Exactly, very good. Everybody clap your hands. Oh, you had really grasped the lesson. Now, what do you think is the function of modal verb in the sentence? Wow, it is necessity or obligation. Very good. Now, why do you say so? Very good. Now, in the second sentence, who must be at home? So, what does the subject she must be? At home. So, what do you think is the function of the modal verb in the sentence? Exactly, it really shows very high probability. Now, why do you say so? Exactly, very good, very good. Everybody clap your hands because you have really grasped the lesson. Thank you. Now let us wrap up our lesson today. So, what was our lesson today? Exactly, our lesson is about the different form of modal or the different functions of modal. Now, who can give me the different functions of can? How about the modal verb could? How about the may? How about the modal verb might, may, and might? Okay, how about the will and would? How about the shall and should? And lastly, what is the function of must? Very good. Thank you so much. You have really understood our lesson. Now, we will have an activity from the lesson that we have discussed earlier. And this activity is called a think, group, share activity, where you'll be divided into 5 groups, and each group shall create 9 sentences using the modals that we have tackled today. And what you need to do is to label each sentence with the different functions of the modals that we have discussed earlier. Am I understood? Okay, so you may now start. So everybody, wrap up your work. So the group who have gained the high score is the second group. Everybody a round of applause. Now, I have another set of sentences in which you just have to choose among the choices of modals as to what is appropriate in the following sentences. So these are the sentences. It consists of 10, just only 10. You can answer it in 5 minutes or below. Yes? Okay. Let me now start. Okay, please pass your paper forward. And I will be distributing each one of this paper to another set of groups and we'll be checking it. Okay, thank you. Now for your assignment, what you just need to do is to write an essay about nature and use the modal verbs that we have tackled. Make sure that all of the modals that we have tackled will be written in your essay. So that would be all for our lesson today. Goodbye, class.